Diego, a restless 11-year-old boy, ventured into the thick Indian jungle, guided by an insatiable curiosity. The sun's rays, filtered through the canopy of leaves, created a kaleidoscope of light and shadow on the damp ground. The air, charged with humidity and exotic aromas, was a balm for his senses. Attracted by the sound of a crystal-clear stream, Diego ventured deeper into the jungle. The gigantic, ancient trees stood like imposing guardians. Creepers and lianas hung from the branches, forming an intricate network that seemed to trap the sun's rays. Suddenly, a deafening roar shook the jungle. Diego froze. A Bengal tiger, with amber eyes that glowed like embers, watched him from the shadows. The animal, which Diego would call Raja, was a majestic and lethal being, with striped orange fur that camouflaged itself perfectly among the vegetation. Diego tried to escape, but it was too late. Raja, with a feline leap, pounced on the boy. At that instant, a hairy arm grabbed him by the shoulder and dragged him to one side. A huge orangutan, with an intelligent and protective look, stood between Diego and Raja. The creature, which Diego would call Orang, was an alpha male, its bright reddish fur contrasting with the darkness of the jungle. The fight was brutal. Raja, with his feline strength and agility, attacked ferociously, while Orang, with her long, powerful arms, repelled him. The trees shook under the impact of their bodies, and the earth shook with each roar. Diego, safe behind a tree trunk, watched the battle with his heart in his mouth. After a fierce fight, Orang managed to seriously injure Raja, forcing him to retreat. Exhausted, the orangutan sat down to rest next to Diego. The boy, still trembling with fear, approached him and gently stroked him. Orang, despite his injuries, responded to the gesture, emitting a guttural sound that seemed like a mix of a growl and a purr. Together they explored the depths of the jungle, discovering crystal-clear rivers, mysterious caves, and ancient trees. Orang taught Diego how to communicate with animals, recognize tracks, and find food. Diego, in turn, shared with Orang his knowledge of the outside world, about cities, cars, and people. One night, while they were stargazing, Orang told Diego an ancient legend from his tribe. According to legend, in the heart of the jungle there was a sacred tree, whose fruits granted wisdom and healing. Orang had dedicated his life to searching for this tree, but so far it had been in vain. Determined to find the sacred tree, Diego and Orang set out on a long journey. They crossed fast-flowing rivers, climbed steep mountains, and faced unknown dangers. After many days of searching, they finally found it. It was a gigantic tree, with a leafy canopy that offered shade and shelter to numerous creatures. As they approached the tree, Diego and Orang felt a special energy. The apple-sized fruits glowed with an inner light. With reverence, they each picked one and ate it. Immediately, they felt stronger, smarter, and more connected to nature. When it was time to say goodbye, Diego and Orang hugged each other tightly. They knew their paths would part, but the friendship they had forged would endure forever. Diego returned home, carrying with him the memories of his adventure and the wisdom he had acquired in the jungle. And Orang, the protector of the heart of the jungle, continued his journey, carrying in his heart the friendship of a boy who had changed his life forever.